Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and it's still June, baby. That means it is still Pride Month. And today we are showcasing LGBTQ plus businesses here in Houston. And we want to know, what are the struggles? What are the triumphs? Is the community rallying? Well, I got the friends over, so let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, what's up for a Nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, let's get to know these businesses and the people behind them, shall we? I've got my friends here. We've got Sky, we've got Lady McAllen, we have Alex, and we have Yana. All right, so what are your businesses? Let's start with you, Sky.
I own Samurai Roofing Services. We service all over Houston. We do a lot of storm restoration.
Oh, and we definitely need that here in Houston.
All the time.
Hello, hello. Lady, what about you, darling?
So I am co-owner of the Suite HTX, which is a creative photography, content creation, OnlyFans studio. In Houston.
OnlyFans studio too. We got to plug that in.
Exactly.
All right, the spicy links. Alex, what do you offer?
Yeah, I'm the co-founder of Input Output. We're a creative media lab here in Houston, Texas. We create immersive interactive experiences for museums, festivals, and private clients.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yana?
Hi, I own a business called Create the Date, and I set up romantic and intimate events and dates for couples, as well as marriage proposals.
Ooh, so big events in people's lives, right?
Yes, absolutely. So I take away the planning process. I make everything easier. So if somebody lacks their creativity, they just call me and I get it done.
You get it done. So what are the struggles that you guys have faced as queer? Is it a lot of backlash, or Yana, you're
No,
not
I
like
feel-
absolutely.
No, I feel like it's just more like, okay, you lose a lot of clientele. You know, and when you post about like pride or LGBT, there's a certain crowd that you don't attract, you know, so it's like you're limited, you know, so it affects your money and your income.
Right.
So I think that's probably the biggest challenge, and I've seen like a lot of movements where they're trying to like, a lot of people are trying to stay away from companies that push that LGBT agenda
Right,
or anything like that.
yeah.
So
Agenda.
yeah,
Quote, unquote, 'cause it's not an agenda.
yeah, but that's what they
Right.
say, and they're
big
like,
agenda.
you know, and it's just unfair, you know, and people are like not open to love, even though love comes in all forms, you know, and no matter what it looks like to anybody, they should embrace love, you know, as long as it's not hate. I don't see why there should be an issue, you know, and it's nobody's place to judge
Right.
but God. So I think that's probably the biggest thing that I've ran into, is just losing potential clients.
Potential clients. Yeah. And in Houston, when it's just so massive, like that's huge to lose.
Yes, for sure.
Alex, Sky, Lady, what are your experiences?
For myself, you know, I have to pick and choose. I have the luxury and the privilege to be able to mask, you know, so I can throw on a hoodie, a pair of jeans and some sneakers, and no one would tell, no one would question me. But when I am femme presenting, there definitely poses a challenge, you know. The femme body itself in our culture has been demonized, has been oppressed. So when you are femme presenting, people are taken aback by it, especially when you're commanding a room. People see that as a challenge rather than seeing, you know, the uplift that comes from the
Right.
community. So that's really a struggle. When I am femme presenting in a room, I'm sometimes dismissed or sexualized. There have been
Fetishized,
plenty
yeah.
fetishized. I've plenty of times where people have groped me, you know, so things like that.
Wow.
They happen, especially to queer bodies, you know. Where do you go? Where do you turn to? You know, the authorities will laugh at you. You're automatically a joke to some people, so it's difficult. You got to kind of pick and choose your battles sometimes, you know, especially for myself, who I get to mask. I get to
Right.
wear things that people won't question. Show up as
And
a-
people who aren't aware, you're non-binary.
I'm
so
non-binary, correct.
they might presume that you're a man, and so when you're showing up femme presenting, they're like, oh, let's abuse and
Exactly.
take advantage.
It's like a costume.
They think it's a costume.
Right.
Yeah.
They think that the biggest hurdle that I keep running into is people think that it's a mental illness, you know, and it's like there are mental illnesses that need attention. This
Yeah.
is not a mental illness.
I know who I am. Okay. Lady?
So mine's a little different. For me, it's way easier, and let's just be real. It's because I'm a white, pretty, tiny woman, right? So the best I can do is advocate for my fellow queers and help them try to get more in the spotlight, right? So when I tell people about my situation, every single time it's the same thing. I get instantly sexualized, right? But at the same time, I do have that privilege where they think it's cute that I'm gay instead of it being threatening to them.
Wow.
So for me, it's obviously way easier in society to be like, oh, I like women too, because everybody thinks, oh, lesbian porn, and they're like, oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
And that's 100% white privilege. So the only thing I can do about that is try to advocate and push my fellow gays and queers and, you know, gentle thems into an arena where I have always been welcome just because of the way I look. And so, yeah, for me, it's easier. And I'm well aware of that. I'm well aware of the struggles that everyone else has to deal with that I don't. So, yeah, it's different for everybody.
Right.
Being gay is different for everybody.
Absolutely. I work in a male-dominated industry, so I don't think a lot of people expect it to be me who shows up on the job. And with that comes a lot of challenges because men want to challenge me because I'm masculine presenting. And it's almost like, you know, we are in the South. It's almost like trying to put a woman in their place type thing. And I obviously am not in my place because I own a company. I dress in men's clothes. I know more about roofing than the average
Everyone.
husband
Right.
of the
Everyone.
household. So it comes as a challenge to a lot of men.
So not for you. Did you question yourself ever? Like stepping into rooms and like owning that you know you're
Yeah, I mean, I still do sometimes. It's still, you know, I don't know who I'm going to be sitting down with, if they're going to be challenging or if they're going to be accepting and understanding and okay with the fact that I know a little bit more than them. And I have to work around that because I don't want to lose clients to a challenge because they feel challenged by me. So there's a lot of ways that I feel like sometimes I have to kind of.
right. It's a delicate balance.
Yes. Right.
It's a delicate
Yeah.
balance. All right. Well, we'll continue this conversation coming up next. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We have queer business owners in here discussing their struggles and their triumphs. I have my friends Sky, Lady, Alex, and Yana. Yana, you brought up in the last segment how once you start posting about pride or being an advocate or an ally on social media, that's when you start seeing the followers
Yes.
go away.
Yes.
So what is that like, having to, you know, be an ally to yourself and your own community, but also knowing that potentially you're going to lose business?
I think I just have to, like, I just learned to accept it. But sometimes it is challenging to see those things and, like, you feel really discouraged because you want to be like a business owner that serves everybody, you know, no matter what background they come from, their sexual orientation, anything. But some people are more closed-minded, and I respect everybody's beliefs and their religion and all that. And, you know, me, myself, I love God. It hurts a little bit. It's a little sad because I see, like, even in my industry, I'm an event industry. So a lot of times we try to, like, have relationships with other vendors in the industry. And then you see those vendors, like, posting stuff or joining groups, or there's new pages that are, like, literally tearing down businesses that post about pride. Or post about LGBT, and you're just like, and there's literally like a whole community now that goes on there, and like people are so happy to add their business there, and it's like I can't add my business to that, even though they have a huge following and a huge reach of, you know, customers. But I know that I'm disqualified for anything like that because, you know, I wouldn't pretend that I'm against LGBT or anything like that. Yeah, so that was something that I kind of noticed more especially recently, like especially with Pride Month. So I think that's like, yeah, that's the biggest thing there is just, you know, not being for everybody. And that's okay though, you know, sometimes not all money is good money, and you know, you gotta be able to stay true to who you are as well, and just accept that, you know, like it's life.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you guys found that you are ever shying away from who you are in order to protect your business or
Absolutely.
to increase business?
Absolutely. We were actually talking about this earlier. You know, I build relationships with my clients. I get personal with them. But something that I typically leave out is about my partner or anything that has to do with me being different in their eyes. I try to leave that to the side. I also try not to bring up my kid too often because then questions start coming up, and a lot of customers will actually ask me if I have a husband. And I don't know if they're testing me because I
Probably.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Probably
the way
are.
I look
Absolutely are.
is
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like putting out the feelers.
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know what to respond. I'll just say no instead of being like, no, actually I have a partner,
Right.
you know, and so a lot of times that does get hidden.
Because you want to protect the business.
Absolutely.
Because it's your livelihood.
Right.
You got to keep your
So-
business out of your business.
You got to keep your personal business out of your public business.
Yes,
That's
for
tough though,
sure.
right? Because you want to be able to be who you are in all aspects of your life, right?
Right.
All right. Well, we're going to continue this conversation because I didn't hear from Alex or Lady, so you stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about LGBTQ plus businesses here in Houston, and I've got my friends Sky, Lady, Alex, and Yana. And we heard from Yana and Sky about that balancing act of being who you are privately out in public and how hard that is when you have a business. Lady and Alex, what are your experiences?
As far as being out in public, like I said earlier, I'm really privileged to be able to just throw on a hoodie, throw on a t-shirt, jeans, and nobody asks me any questions. I don't go out promoting it like verbally, but I definitely will wear my Protect Trans Kids shirt. I'll wear my Rainbow Pride shirt with logo. I'll do all those things. I definitely outspoken on social media though, and that's a little different. Where that's my platform. I get to say what I want. And it really gives you an opportunity to challenge some people. Some of these narratives that are being told, social media plays such a huge role in our digital landscape and the information landscape. And when we think about it, if we, flee these spaces and hide, the narrative gets taken over. It gets usurped by voices that are much louder, much more funded.
Aggressive.
They're very aggressive. But they're still a very small group of people. They're just very, like, what's the saying? The squeaky wheel gets the oil.
The oil,
Yeah, we're looking at really small groups of people that are defining what our kids can read, how they can show up, who they can
Right.
be, on topics they know very little about. And I think as somebody who has read about it, who's living the experience, it's kind of my duty to inform people. And sometimes not so nicely, and I'm done with niceties. And I've made that a clear point, especially when it comes to how I speak about certain subjects on social media. I don't hold punches.
Do you feel like you stop working with any clients who question
Oh, totally.
your presence on social?
What do they say? Hit them where it hurts.
Right.
And I'm very confident about my business and what we do. And I'm confident that we can find the clients that align with our goals
And
in
values.
society.
Right.
Especially because we're not debating whether we should put roads here or there. We're debating if somebody should exist or not. And that shouldn't
Exactly.
be up for debate. Human rights should not be up for debate. And let's get into real politics, like fixing our houseless crisis, our infrastructure, things that matter. Fixing, infrastructure for the city. Again, like you deal with this every day. We're a city that gets hit hard by,
Right.
natural disaster. Things that really matter to the community, not these things that are trivial that a small
Like
group
what's
of
in
people.
between someone's legs.
Exactly. Why does it matter? Why does my
What's under people's
genitalia define
clothes?
me?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or what kind of clothes you're wearing.
Right.
All those things.
It's ridiculous.
When
Yeah.
trafficking is at all-time high.
In Houston,
Yes.
the number one
Yes.
city in the country for trafficking, and we're worried about trans kids instead of kids getting.
Yes.
So what advice do you guys have for queer people who are thinking about pursuing a business and are scared of the backlash that they're going to face or the lack
They
of
will.
clients that they'll find for being out loud and outspoken of who they are?
It's easier for me and Alex because we're in more of the art, right? When you're in more of a customer service role like Sky and Yana, it's more difficult because they have to deal with the main populace, right? The everyday man. We deal with more artistic people. It's just the truth. So it's easier for us to be queer in public.
So then, Yana, Sky, what is your advice when you deal with?
Well, like what she said earlier, not everybody's your customer.
No.
And that's just what it is. People will love you or hate you for anything. And so you just have to accept that somebody's just not going to like you and they're just not your customer. You probably don't like them either. So
It's
But
probably
the-
better that they're not your
The
customer.
best thing to do is
Exactly.
not to hide, though.
Right.
Unfortunately, we have been put in a position for the last, since the dawn of man, to hide what we are. But it's a new generation. Real recognize real, right? So you're gonna get more clout or whatever, or more biz, as the kids say, if you actually be yourself. Like, the best thing you can do right now in 2023 is come out and say who you are. Because even if those older conservative people don't like your business and like give you all the horrible reviews, there's going to be a whole nother group of kids on TikTok or wherever that are going to push you for the fact that you told them who you really were and supported them
Yana,
as
has
well.
that been your experience or not so much?
Yes, a little bit. But as far as advice goes, I just say stay true to who you are. Just follow your dreams. If you're good at something, just, you know, practice it every day, and eventually it's going to take off. You know, you might not get support from everyone, but that's okay. You know, you're going to find your customers. You're going to find your certain clientele, and just stick with that, you know, and use it to your advantage. You know, if you know, okay, that's the type of people you need to market to, then just keep marketing to those type of people. So I think that's probably the best advice that I can give someone else that's LGBT and wants to start a business. And also take advantage of the grants and opportunities, because there's a lot of grants.
Yeah, there's
Take
so
advantage
many.
of the grants and
Yes.
stay true to who you are, because your customers will come.
Exactly.
And to
If
add to that, I have a TikTok, and I'll post that I'm a LGBTQ owned, woman owned business. And I've actually gotten clients from that are like, I chose you because you are a woman and you are LGBTQ. So while you may lose some, you might actually gain some as well. I mean, the only reason why some people have gone with me was just for that reason as well. So
if your people don't find you, you need to go out and find your people.
Absolutely.
Like, there's plenty of opportunities, avenues for us now with all social media and everything, for us to go find our group. Find them. If they don't come to you, go out there and put yourself out there and make them come to you.
Awesome. Well, cheers to y'all and to prosperity and success.
Yes.
cheers.
Thank you for your time. And you stay right there, because coming up next, we've got a very special edition of VcanVcan't. We're trying June Shine. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar now because my girl V is in the building.
Hey!
And it's time for what?
VcanVcan't! Woo!
All right, and it's June.
It is June, summertime, baby. Summertime.
So you brought some June Shine.
I did. It's time to shine for summertime.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, June Shine, and they have a hard kombucha. We have 4 flavors here for you guys, for you nightcappers. This is going to be Coconut Cruise.
Ooh.
First of all, I like the colors, the visual
Yes.
aspect. I like the names of these. So this is Coconut Cruise. I can imagine sipping this on a cruise, on a
Absolutely.
beach.
That color is really nice.
It is pretty.
Nice and
peachy.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, boo. Cheers, boo.
I'll give it a second sip.
Cheers, boo. I'm trying to. This is a Vcan't. Veronica can't.
Carolina absolutely cannot.
Exactly what Carolina says. This tastes just like vinegar.
Oh.
Now, next up, we have Mango Daydream.
Okay, come
All
on,
right.
Mango.
Rescue us.
Please.
All right. Ooh.
Okay, that's looking
it's a
real
little
clear.
crisp. Yes, like a proper
I expect
taste.
that color for the coconut. I don't know what's going on.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, God.
Okay.
Okay. I'll give it a second or third sip.
Mango Daydream. Okay, y'all came through with this one. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I can sip this.
It has a tropical taste. These are tropical
Absolutely.
flavors, so it's right in with that tropical taste, right?
What's crazy about it is it has a bite.
Yeah, it does.
Like
An aftertaste.
At the front, it's got that mango,
Right.
very subtle mango, but then it's got a bite at the end. But I don't mind it. It's refreshing.
And then it's kombucha. I have to think it's kombucha. It has those health benefits to it.
Right.
To help cleanse you and detox you.
Okay, so we got a VCan, right?
Yes, we do. We got one VCan. Our third flavor is passion fruit punch. So am I having some passionable moments on the beach?
Listen, passion fruit
Sex
is
on
my
the beach?
favorite
Ooh.
fruit, baby. So it better
All
come
right,
through.
y'all
with
better
the
come
flavor.
through, boo. This is like, okay, it has the same color as our last one, but that's okay. Let's just hope that flavor
Basically
is given.
the passion fruit color-ish.
Yes, all right,
watered
June
down.
Shine. Okay, I know, right? I know.
Okay.
All right. It's like a diet hard kombucha. Diet hard kombucha.
Because it's like, it doesn't have flavor.
Right, none.
It's like it wants to give flavor.
Right, but it's not giving flavor.
It's not giving flavor.
Veronica can't.
Well, I disagree. Okay, Carolina can.
All right, and our final one, and I'm so excited to try this one because I love the name. This is Midnight Painkiller. And this can is not upside down, Nightcappers.
Okay.
They have it this way to kind of give you that visual aspect of it, like it's gonna be dark and rich and delicious.
It's upside down, baby.
It's upside down.
Oh,
good color. That's
What
a
is
pretty
that?
summer color. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Cheers, boo.
Cheers. Okay, it's
I'm
giving.
yeah, it's
okay,
giving.
painkiller. It's good. Veronica can.
But listen, at least we're ending on a good one.
Right.
Okay. Listen, and it's about to be midnight, baby. So this painkiller, we're gonna be all right.
So shine on, y'all.
Shine
June
on.
Shine
Cheers.
on.
We'll see you guys next time.